In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on December 4th, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Detroit Pistons versus Boston Celtics. The reigning NBA champions return to action this Wednesday as the Boston Celtics host the struggling Detroit Pistons in what promises to be an intriguing Eastern Conference showdown. Boston, eager to defend their title, could use a victory at home to keep pace with the red-hot Cleveland Cavaliers, who currently lead the Eastern Conference standings. The Pistons head into this matchup with a fully healthy roster, but the Celtics have lingering injury concerns. Both Jason Tatum and Jrue Holiday are listed as questionable, leaving Boston fans hoping for their star players' participation. Detroit, meanwhile, enters this game on the back of a 21-point loss to the Milwaukee Bucks, a defeat that officially eliminated them from the Emirates NBA Cup. To make matters worse, this marks the second game of a back-to-back for the Pistons, who must now contend with the defending champions on short rest. This will be the second meeting between these two teams this season. Detroit showed some resistance in their late October home game, but ultimately fell 124-118. The loss extended the Pistons' losing streak against the Celtics to 10 games, making it no surprise that they are significant underdogs on Wednesday. Boston is also out of the Emirates NBA Cup, but will benefit from a night of rest after their recent 108-89 win over the Miami Heat. In that game, Jaylen Brown made a strong return with 29 points, while Peyton Pritchard contributed an impressive 25 points off the bench. The Celtics are riding a flawless 5-0 straight-up record in their last 5 home games and have won 5 consecutive matchups against the Pistons at TD Garden. Given these factors, the key question is whether the Celtics approach this game with the same seriousness they've shown against stronger opponents. Statistically, Boston stands out as one of the most dominant teams in the league. Only the Oklahoma City Thunder boast a better net rating this season, and the Celtics have recently delivered emphatic wins, defeating both the Heat and the Clippers by double digits. On the other hand, Detroit faces the daunting challenge of playing their second game in 2 nights, a situation that rarely favors teams, especially when facing an elite opponent. The Pistons will need a near-perfect performance to avoid a blowout, and anything less than Boston covering the spread comfortably would be a major surprise. The Celtics have consistently dismantled opponents during their title defense, boasting an average winning margin of 10 points, the highest in the league. In stark contrast, the Pistons have struggled with turnovers all season, ranking in the league's bottom 5 in that category. Boston, meanwhile, ranks second in ball security, averaging just 11.8 turnovers per game. This disparity highlights a critical edge for the Celtics, who also benefit from the fatigue and travel weariness plaguing the Pistons. Detroit's grueling matchup against Milwaukee, featuring physical battles against Giannis Antetokounmpo, Brook Lopez, and Bobby Portis, only compounds their challenge. Cade Cunningham's potential absence due to a pelvis injury adds further woes for the Pistons, who looked disjointed in a recent 15-point loss to the struggling 76ers when Cunningham was sidelined. While the Celtics have a few players listed as game-time decisions, their deep roster should ensure they remain heavy favorites. Even if Tatum or Holiday is unavailable, the trio of Tatum, Brown, and Derek White will likely be sufficient to secure a win against the fatigued Pistons. Boston's recent form and the circumstances surrounding this matchup strongly suggest a straightforward victory for the home team. So the Boston Celtics to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Detroit's energy levels and depth are serious concerns in this contest. Over their last 4 back-to-back scenarios, the Pistons have fallen short offensively, going under the total points in 3 of the second games. Their scoring output in such situations has been underwhelming, with just 96 points in a similar scenario earlier this season. Without Cunningham, Detroit lacks a reliable 20 points per game score, which further hampers their offensive potential. Boston's deliberate pace, ranked 16th in possessions per game, aligns with a slow slower tempo, especially against a fatigued opponent like Detroit. The Celtics, who have maintained a methodical approach this season, should not need to exert maximum effort to dispatch the Pistons. Given Detroit's scoring struggles, lack of rest, and Boston's disciplined defense, a low-scoring game appears likely. For the season, Boston has a 10-11 record on the over and is 8-10 in conference matchups. Detroit, meanwhile, is 10-13 on the over and 2-3 in games played on no rest. All signs point to this game being a low-scoring one. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Atlanta Hawks versus Milwaukee Bucks. A clash between two Eastern Conference contenders is set for Wednesday night as the Milwaukee Bucks host the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks, holding an 11-11 straight-up record, secured an impressive 124-112 victory over the New Orleans Pelicans on Monday as 9-point home favorites. Meanwhile, the Bucks, now 10-9 straight-up, took care of business against the Washington Wizards on Sunday with a 124-114 win, covering a hefty -14.5-point spread at home. The Hawks remain slightly undermanned, with Cody Zeller sidelined for personal reasons. On the other side, the Bucks are still navigating the absence of Khris Middleton. Notably, Atlanta has managed to exceed expectations recently, not only covering the spread but also winning outright in 3 of their last 4 games as underdogs. In this contest, the Hawks may hold a distinct edge due to fresher legs, as Milwaukee is playing on the second night of a back-to-back. These factors give Atlanta a few advantages heading into the matchup. One key element to watch is how Milwaukee's defense handles Atlanta's somewhat inconsistent ball security. The Hawks are capable of competing at the rim and limiting Milwaukee's opportunities for offensive rebounds. Additionally, Trae Young presents a major challenge for the Bucks' backcourt. Earlier this season, there were doubts about Milwaukee's viability and whispers of potential trades involving Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard surfaced. However, winning 9 of their last 10 games has shifted the narrative. Despite their resurgence, Milwaukee remains short-handed and fatigued, which could be problematic against an energetic and youthful Atlanta team that thrives on pushing the pace. Having quietly won 4 straight games, including 2 against Cleveland, the Hawks are in good form and represent solid betting value as underdogs. For the full game side pick, the Atlanta Hawks to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Historically, these teams have delivered high-scoring affairs. In their 3 meetings last season, the over hit twice, with the games averaging a combined 242 points. Defense is not the hallmark of either team, with Atlanta's defense in particular resembling more of a crumbling dam than a sturdy wall. Offensively, both squads boast strong pieces capable of putting up big numbers on any given night. Adding to the intrigue, both teams enter the game riding momentum. During Atlanta's current 4-game winning streak, the Hawks averaged 121 points per game, scoring 117 or more in 3 of those contests. They've hit at least 117 points in 5 of their last 6 outings. Similarly, Milwaukee's offense has been productive, averaging 118 points during their own winning streak and topping 122 points in 4 of their last 5 games. While the Bucks rank 18th in possessions per game, the Hawks are the second fastest team in the league, suggesting that the pace of this game will trend upward. Even if the teams meet somewhere in the middle, there should still be ample offensive opportunities. The over is 4-3 in the last 7 matchups between these teams, and given the scoring potential on both sides, this game could be a high-tempo shootout. Atlanta's speed and Milwaukee's proficiency in 3-point shooting could create a dynamic, fast-paced contest with plenty of back and forth scoring. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Minnesota Timberwolves versus Los Angeles Clippers. On Wednesday, December 4th, the Minnesota Timberwolves will travel to face the Los Angeles Clippers. Minnesota currently holds a 10-10 record this season, reflecting a mixed bag of performances. While the Timberwolves have dropped 4 of their last 6 matchups, they seem to be finding some rhythm with back-to-back wins heading into this game. On the other side, the Clippers boast a 14-9 record, showcasing strong form with victories in 8 of their last 10 outings, including a dominant performance against the Portland Trail Blazers on Tuesday night. Minnesota continues to deal with a few roster challenges as Joe Ingles remains sidelined. Meanwhile, the Clippers are missing key players as well, with Kawhi Leonard and Kevin Porter Jr. unavailable. These two teams recently clashed in Minneapolis, where the Timberwolves narrowly edged out a 1-point victory. However, this time despite playing on back-to-back nights, which puts them at a disadvantage compared to a rested Minnesota squad, Los Angeles has been in excellent form, winning 8 of their last 10 games games. Norman Powell has been a standout performer, averaging 24 points per game, while James Harden has contributed as a strong supporting piece. The Timberwolves, still working to solidify their team identity, may find themselves exposed in this challenging road game. While the Timberwolves are viewed as the more talented team and hold a rest advantage, there's skepticism about betting heavily on them as a road favorite. Minnesota has struggled recently, losing 6 of their last 10 games and posting a disappointing 7-13 record against the spread this season. Conversely, the Clippers have thrived at home, securing 9 of their 14 wins at Crypto.com Arena. With last week's meeting decided by just 1 point, the Clippers appear to have better momentum and home court strength in their favor. Minnesota may eventually find their footing and perform as expected, but given current trends, the Clippers present the stronger value in this spot. So the Los Angeles Clippers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both teams emphasize defense and prefer a slower pace of play. The Clippers average 97.7 possessions per 48 minutes, ranking 21st in the NBA, while the Timberwolves are even slower, averaging 97.3 possessions per 48 minutes, which ranks 24th. Minnesota's defensive effort has been especially noteworthy recently, as they've allowed just 172 points across their last 2 games. The under has also hit in 5 of the Timberwolves' last 6 contests overall, as well as in 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams. Notably, in each of their last 4 encounters, at least one team has been held to 100 or fewer points. When playing at home, the Clippers have seen the under hit in 8 of 13 games this season. They rank 20th in the league in pace, while Minnesota is one of the slowest teams in the NBA, ranking 28th overall. With both teams preferring to grind out possessions and prioritize defense, the under on the projected total appears to be the best choice for this matchup. Thus, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.